Welcome to my video. My name is Peyton Eckman, the self-employed marketer. And today, you will learn about a story of two men competing in the years following 1884 to create the power transfer systems. The growing industry of coal and power needed new technologies to make the use of power possible. You will also find out this is actually a competition that was won through clever marketing tactics, although completely dishonest, more than the new power technology winning the day. The story starts when engineer Nikola Tesla was hired by Thomas Edison's headquarters in New York City. Tesla idolized Edison, but the two had one fundamental disagreement. Edison favored DC direct current, in which electricity flows in one direction, while Tesla believed in AC alternating current, in which electricity can flow in any direction. Their partnership was doomed to failure, and after only a short period, they turned into bitter rivals. This is where the story takes a turn that is often not covered in your history books. You see, the story is actually about how one man used effective marketing to win public favor and discredit his competitor to become an American hero for the many advancements credited to Edison. Here is how marketing took center stage in the world of science and industries. Tesla was a brilliant scientist, but admittedly he was a poor marketer. He did not have much drive to explain his inventions and ideas in a way that the average person could understand. He even often was labeled as an oddity. He struggled at times to create personal relationships. He at one time made odd statements about receiving his patent ideas as a download of sorts from extraterrestrials into his brain during his meditation practices before bed. This behavior undoubtedly contributed to his social fall from grace. There is much evidence that Tesla in fact hugely important to the development of the foundation for what now makes up modern electric vehicles. The history books give credit to Edison for many inventions that are not his but were taken from others. One example, the famous filaments of the Edison light bulbs. Recent historical evidence shows he likely often employed workers to build and create the inventions, and would steal the designs and patent them in his name. Edison, knowing that he was in fact not the industry golden boy with seemingly endless inventing ability, he had to come up with some other way to beat Tesla in his public exhibitions. After seeing the vacuum radio system that allowed Nikola to drive a vehicle for a week without charging, in fact completely powered the vehicle without batteries, and he could top speed of 90 miles an hour, seemingly driving the car by magic. Electricity was so new it was unclear where his power was coming from to the uninitiated. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people in the developed still know little of Tesla's true accomplishments, as the story that transpired was purposefully controlled by Thomas Edison's marketing. He pushed a narrative of dangerous AC power and the crackpot witchcraft used by Nikola. The truth is, as a statesman, Thomas Edison was very good with people, and although his direct current was obviously flawed for the safe distribution of power to the masses to anyone who was educated in electricity, and how it flowed, which of the time was nearly nobody outside of Edison and Tesla, and a few of their assistants. Through years of practice as a statesman, Edison had become able to speak to the average man or woman in a way that drew support from their hearts as they joined up behind the flag of Edison and direct current. Ultimately, Edison, using tactics marketing 101 to get his message out to as many people as possible, drowning out any of the sensible arguments and scientific evidence that Tesla had compiled working with Westinghouse, destroyed Tesla, died a suspicious death in the hotel room surrounded by his scientific papers. He had been let go by Westinghouse. Discredited with the public, decided to withdraw into a personal hermitage of shame and disappointment, never being acknowledged as the incredible creative force behind many of the necessary components to build the modern electric vehicle, as well as transmit power from power plants to your home, send and receive your favorite song or telephone call over there with no wires, and many other inventions that are stored in the U period's patent office but seldom seen. Many believe that Tesla's untimely death may have been a result of a conspiracy to silence Tesla from releasing his free energy generator, essentially a device that collects power from radio signals in the air and converts it into alternating current that can be used to power anything that's connected to it capable of running on alternating current. This would have been the death blow to one of the country's biggest money-making industries, have electrical power created from coal-fired power plants. Whether or not he was killed for this reason will be left for debate until further evidence can be uncovered, but it does leave you wondering what would the world have been like if you never had to plug something in and you never had to pay the power bill. The story is not taught in school instead, or children learn about Edison's DC motor generator and an offer placed by Tesla to improve upon Edison's design, which thrilled Edison, who offered a $50,000 reward should Tesla be able to improve on his design, which he was positive would not happen. In fact, Tesla did submit his improved design, at which time Edison dismissed the offer as a joke and dismissed Tesla. This point is where they split ways, and Tesla begins working for Westinghouse, and the great battle between DC and AC electricity plays out in the court of public opinion. Eventually, it is understood that alternating current is more efficient, and it goes on to be the standard for distributing electricity to the world.